ये पाखु पाखु नहीं आस फांका ही जाओ से जड़े बसची से बुझी जाऊ समस्या में माइक
Honorable members, a very good afternoon to all of you. I welcome you all to today's mock parliament session and I hope that this session will be a fruitful one. We begin today's mock parliament session with the oath or affirmation of our newly elected members. Secretary General, please. Shriman Swanshu Jana, who stands elected for Cuttack constituency of Odisha state, will now take an oath or an affirmation. Shriman Swanshu Jana, please. Would you like to take an oath or an affirmation? In which language would you like to take? I. ମୁଁ ସ୍ୱୟଂସୁ ଜେନା ଭାରତୀୟ ସମ୍ବିଧାନର ନିମ୍ନତର ସଦନ ଲୋକସଭା ସଦନରେ କଟକ ନିର୍ବାଚନ ମଣ୍ଡଳୀ ତରଫରୁ ନିର୍ବାଚିତ ହୋଇ ମୁଁ ଈଶ୍ୱରଙ୍କ ନାମରେ ଶପଥ କରୁଅଛି ଯେ ମୁଁ ବିଧି ଦ୍ୱାରା ପ୍ରସ୍ତୁତ ଭାରତୀୟ ସମ୍ବିଧାନ ପ୍ରତି ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧା ଓ ନିଷ୍ଠା ରଖିବି ଏବଂ ମୁଁ ଭାରତର ସାର୍ବଭୌମତ୍ୱ ଓ ଅଖଣ୍ଡତା ଅକ୍ଷୁଣ୍ଣତାକୁ ରକ୍ଷା କରିବି ଏବଂ ମୁଁ ଯେଉଁ ପଦ ଗ୍ରହଣ କରିବାକୁ ଯାଉଛି ତାହାର କର୍ତ୍ତବ୍ୟର ଶ୍ରଦ୍ଧାପୂର୍ବକ ନିର୍ବାହ କରିବି। ଧନ୍ୟବାଦ। ବନ୍ଦେ ଉତ୍କଳ ଜନନୀ। ଜୟ ଜଗନ୍ନାଥ। Kumari Arpita Behra, who stands elected from Singhbum constituency of Jharkhand state, will now take an oath of affirmation. Kumari Arpita Behra, please. Madam, would you like to take oath or affirmation? In which language would you like to take oath? मैं अर्पिता ईश्वर की स्थापना लेती हूँ कि मैं विधि द्वारा स्थापित भारत के संविधान के प्रति सच्ची श्रद्धा और निष्ठा रखूंगी। मैं भारत की प्रभुत्व और अखंडता अक्षुण्ण रखूंगी। मैं संघ के मंत्री के रूप में अपने कर्तव्यों का श्रद्धापूर्वक और शुद्ध अंतःकरण के निर्वहन करूंगी तथा मैं भय या पक्षपात के अनुसार या दोष के बिना सभी प्रकार के लोगों को प्रति संविधान और विधि के अनुराग न्याय दूंगी।
Kumari Priyanka Sahu, who stands elected from Palli constituency of Rajasthan state, will now take the oath or affirmation. Kumari Priyanka Sahu, please. Madam, would you like to take the oath or affirmation? In which language would you like to take the oath? I
I, Priyanka Sahu, having been elected a member of the mock parliament, do swear in the name of God that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of India as by law established, that I will uphold the sovereignty and integrity of India, and that I will faithfully discharge the duty upon which I am about to enter.
Honorable members, as we meet today, it is my sad duty to inform the House about the sudden demise of our former colleague, Sri Shiva Prakash Iyer. Shiva Prakash Iyer was an agriculturalist by profession and an active social worker. He worked in rural areas, devoting his time and energy for the welfare of the farm laborers and enhancement of the life of backward classes and downtroddeners. He was an able parliamentarian and an active orator, but he passed away at the age of 33 at New Delhi in 30 November 2023. Ma'am, I rise to pay my tribute to Sri Prakash Iyer, whose death has been mourned by all. He was a young man who came from a family of freedom fighters, and whose father made a name for himself, and this tradition was carried by the family. He was with us to the very last moment, so the shock of his passing away was all the greater. He had a bright future before him, so I extend my deep condolences to this family.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मुझे आपके द्वारा और सदन के नेता द्वारा दी गई श्रद्धांजलि को स्वयं जोड़ती हूँ। मुझे श्री प्रकाश अय्यर के साथ एक कार्यकर्ता के रूप में काम करने का सौभाग्य मिला था। वो एक ऐसे व्यक्ति थे जिसे कभी भी किसी को नाराज नहीं करते थे। उनका चेहरा हमेशा मुस्कुराता रहता था। वो उनके रूप में एक राजनीतिक कार्यकर्ता, सामाजिक कार्यकर्ता और सार्वजनिक व्यक्ति को खो दिए हैं। मैं शोक संतप्त परिवार के प्रति अपना संवेदना व्यक्त अपने और अपने पार्टी को शामिल करना चाहूँगा।
Members may stand for a few seconds to express their deep sorrow. Over. Secretary may convey the message of condolences to the bereaved family. Yes, ma'am. Prime Minister to introduce new ministers. Speaker Madam, I have pleasure in introducing to you and through you to the House my colleagues, the new ministers. Sri Soumya Ranjan Natia, Minister of Irrigation. Sri Devjit Patnaik, Minister of Civil Supplies. Now the question hour begin. Question number 101. Kumari Subhasri Parida. माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, क्या कृषि मंत्री यह बताने की कृपा करेंगे क्या रासायनिक उर्वरकों के अत्यधिक उपयोग से कैंसर और अन्य बीमारियां हो रही हैं? यदि हाँ, तो उस पर क्या प्रतिक्रिया है? मेरा दूसरा प्रश्न ये है कि क्या सरकार के पास प्राथमिक क्षेत्र को शामिल करके पूरे देश में रासायनिक उर्वरकों का उत्पादन विकसित करने और रासायनिक उर्वरकों के हानिकारक प्रभावों को देखने का कोई प्रस्ताव है? क्या सरकार ने इस संबंध में दीर्घ लक्ष्य हासिल कर लिया है? यदि नहीं, तो क्या कदम उठाएंगे? सरकार कृपया स्पष्ट करे। धन्यवाद। मिनिस्टर ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर।
Congress
ଥାଉ ଦଳ ତମ ପାଖରେ ଗୋଟେ ରଖ।
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, through you, I would like to inform the House that we started the PM Pranan scheme, which stands for PM Program for Restoration, Nourishment and Amelioration of Mother Earth. It aims to reduce the use of fertilizers and promote the balanced use of alternative fertilizers. The Cabinet Committee on Economic Affairs approved a buffet of fertilizer schemes, including the Prime Minister, Pranan schemes, urea scheme and the organic manure scheme to boost well-being of farmers, resume to soil productivity and ensure food security and environmental sustainability with a total allocation of 3.7 trillion rupees. We are doing promotion of alternate nutrients for agricultural management. Yojana aims to promote balanced use of fertilizers along with biofertilizers. We also have CCA chaired by Prime Minister also approved 1451 crore subsidy to promote organic manure, taking the total package to cover 3.70 lakh crore. Hope I have clarified my points and the doubts of the opposition. Thank you.
Question number 102. Kumari Swayam Prabhabar.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, through you, I want to ask the Education Minister that why there are very less teachers in various government schools, although there are many applications submitted to government in India. Then my second question is, if the government are doing its work, then why in 21st century most class students drop out of schools? Thank you.
Minister of Education.
Honorable Speaker Madam, through you, I would like to inform the House that we are very much aware about the government school do not have sufficient teacher. Have you heard the initiative by Government of India talk about installing biometric attendance in system as a weapon, installing biometric attendance to increase the attendance of teacher in government college and school to ensure that teachers spend at least 6 hours in school. A lot of teachers have been gone on strike against it as this hit their main occupation. Example, private tuition and acting as insurance agent. The problem is not that we have dearth of talent. Yes, there are problems in how we choose our teachers. Most have failed to clear minimum competition level. For example, more than 2,500 Bihar school teachers failed teaching competition test for second time. The problem in mindset in India, the truth is that sometimes the jobs that you have used not to puzzle what jobs is meant to solve, but as a blade to ensure income flow in different sources. Thus, many committed to private tuition and being insurance agent while completing related their duties as the learn on paper. Use got to lot of application. My answer of the second question is barriers to girls' education like poverty, child marriage and gender-based violence vary among countries and communities. Poor families often favor boys even investing in education. In some places, schools do not meet the safety, hygienic or sanitation needs for girls. Thank you.
Question number 103. Kumari Pratiksha Pandal.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से रक्षा मंत्री से भारत में बढ़ते आतंकवादी के बारे में पूछना चाहती हूँ। आतंकवादी का भारत की सद्भावना और अखंडता पर बुरा प्रभाव पड़ता है। रक्षा मंत्री इस मुद्दे से कैसे निपटते हैं? भारत किस हद तक रक्षा आतंकवादी से निपटने के लिए तैयार है? कृपया स्पष्ट करें। धन्यवाद।
Minister of Defense.
Honorable Speaker Ma'am, for you, I would like to inform the House that we are very much aware about the global situation of terror. We are pursuing strategically like all countries of the world. We make different forms of agreements with different countries side against terrorism. We tie up with the main security and stability of many countries. Answering to this question, we have strengthened law enforcement and basic capabilities. Also expanded aviation and border security. We have deepened the global information sharing and counter-terrorist financing. We have improved the crisis responses and counter-violence testing. Thank you, ma'am.
Question number 104. Sima Ritesh Rashmi Acharya.
Honorable Speaker Madam, through you, I want to ask the Railway Minister that if the government has taken any precautionary measures to avoid accidents that occurs due to flooding and washing away of railway tracks during rains under all the railway zones in the country, along with the Jabalpur railway zone in West Central railway zones. My second question is whether the government has taken any plans or safety measures to avoid accidents like the recent collision of two passenger trains and a freight train accident in Odisha was one of the worst incidents since 1999 when a similar accident killed 285 people in West Bengal. The cause of Odisha accident is still under investigation, but it has raised questions about the safety measures and modernization of the Indian railway system. Thank you.
Minister of Railways.
Honorable Speaker Madam, thank you. To you, I would like to inform this House that I think that my opposition party did not know whether the work for the maintenance of railway bridges and culverts have been completed before the starting of rainy season. The government has made many arrangements for constant maintaining of railway tracks, bridges to avoid of accidents. According to the official data, the number of railway accidents has been declined from the recent year, from 139 in the year of 2013 to 255 in the year of 2019 to 20. The government has allocated billions of dollars to augment and modernize the railway system, including electrification, anti-collision device, high-speed train, and renewable energy resource. Now we have two new projects. My first project is about SSR. It is a project to introduce bullet train in India, which will run at the speed of 300 km per hour and reduce the travel time between two major cities. The first SSR is considered being developed between Mumbai and Ahmedabad with assistance from Japan. Now our second project is about station redevelopment. It is a scheme to redevelop railway station into modern world-class facilities such as amenities, such shopping malls, hospitals, restaurant, parking alone. So this is my answer. So I think this House and mainly my opposition party will get this answer. Thank you.
Question number 105. कुमारी मोनालिसा पाइकराय.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपके माध्यम से मैं प्रधानमंत्री से ये पूछना चाहती हूँ कि हमारी पार्टी मणिपुर में जातीय हिंसा को हल करने के लिए तत्काल हस्तक्षेप की मांग करते हुए प्रधानमंत्री को एक पत्र सौंपे, जिसमें राज्य में 110 लोगों की मृत्यु हो गई और हजारों लोग विस्थापित हो गए। सत्तारूढ़ दल इस मामले पर क्या कार्रवाई करता है? मेरा दूसरा सवाल ये है कि विपक्ष के नेता मणिपुर गए थे, गृह मंत्री भी मणिपुर गए थे, लेकिन प्रधानमंत्री मणिपुर क्यों नहीं गए? मणिपुर में हुई भीषण हिंसा के अलावा और कौन-कौन से काम महत्वपूर्ण थे? मेरा तीसरा सवाल ये है कि प्रधानमंत्री ने मणिपुर पर वह मुश्किल 80 दिन की चुप्पी क्यों साध ली और जब उन्होंने इस मामले पर बात की तो वो सिर्फ 30 सेकेंड की थी? कृपया स्पष्ट करें। धन्यवाद।
Home Minister.
Honorable Speaker Madam, I want to clarify that the Bharatiya Janata Party has been in government for 10 years. In this period of time, there has been no hate campaign or protest in Manipur. But ever since our neighboring country Myanmar has lost its democracy and army came to power there, the citizens are harassed by military. They have decided to come to our nation as refugees. There are no fencing border, that's why they were coming to Manipur and Mizoram. In Manipur, they decided to live in the valley area. The cookies had come in thousands in number and settled near forest area. After this situation, the Chief Minister of Manipur said that we can't leave free border without fencing. Then we started fencing the border, and 110 km border fencing has been completed, and 7 km border work is going on. And 600 km border area is under survey of our BSF force. The opposition party never made boundaries in this area. Our party realized that the cookies have been coming in thousands during 2020 to 2021, so 16 km border work had to be completed. In Manipur, there are many controversies regarding people living there and their demanded living places. The Metis and the Kukis and the Naga tribe are having their own narrations of their living places. However, after this situation, we started thumb and eye impression. After all this, it is unfortunate that a harsh bill has taken place recently. Manipur has two distinct areas, Imphal Valley and Hill districts. The Imphal Valley is dominated by Metis, who are Hindu, and the Hill districts are dominated by Kuki and Naga tribe. Metis have OBC and SC caste titles, whereas Naga and Kuki tribes have ST caste titles, which means they can buy or sell any land on Manipur hills or valley. Metis have only 10% of area, which is valley area. Metis are requesting to get scheduled tribe caste for reservation in jobs, education, etc. They also want the privilege which is given by government. Then the High Court of Manipur directed the state to consider inclusion of Metis community to get ST caste. Then on 3rd May 2023, the Naga, Kuki and the other tribal groups in Chachanpur started a tribal solidarity march and clashes took place between both the communities, and this way a huge civil war was started. We are committed to upkeep the unity and integrity of the country and are doing whatever possible for keeping the valley peacefully united. Thank you.
हम इस उत्तर से संतुष्ट नहीं हैं और कतर में भी जो भारतीय सेना बंदी है उनके लिए सरकार ने क्या पदक्षेप लिया है इसका उत्तर भी सदन के सामने रखा जाए।
Kumari Monalisa Paigrad, you do not have the prior notice of it earlier, so this question is not going to entertain us. Please sit down. Question number 106, Shriman Satyajit Rao.
Honorable Speaker Madam, will the Minister of Tribal Affairs be pleased to state whether the Union Government has received 169 proposals from the Government of Odisha for inclusion in the Scheduled Tribes list of Odisha? Whether it is a fact that a task force of Ministry of Tribal Affairs in 2014 recommended 9 proposals from Odisha as priority cases for inclusion in the STS list of Odisha. If so, the reasons for non-inclusion of this community is still dead. Whether the government is considering updating the criteria for inclusion in the STS list, which is based on the local committee recommendation from 1965, and if so, the details therefore, and if no, the reasons therefore. Thank you.
मिनिस्टर ऑफ ट्राइबल।
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, मैं आपके माध्यम से ये कहना चाहती हूँ कि भारत सरकार ने अनुसूचित जनजातियों की सूचियों को निर्दिष्ट करने वाले आदेशों में समावेशन से अपवर्जन और अन्य संशोधन के दावों में निर्णय करने की प्रविधियों की स्वीकृति दे दी थी। इन प्रविधियों के अनुसार केवल उन्हीं प्रस्तावों पर आगे कार्रवाई की जा सकती है जिनकी संबंधित राज्य सरकार संघ राज्य प्रशासन द्वारा निबंध विज्ञान विवरण के साथ सिफारिश की गई है और उन्हीं नियोजित ठहराया गया है। इसके बाद विधान से संशोधन पर विचार करने से पहले भारत के महापंजीयक के कार्यालय RGIO और राष्ट्रीय अनुसूचित जनजाति आयोग NCST द्वारा इस पर सहमति प्राप्त की जानी जाती है और किसी राज्य संघ राज्य क्षेत्र के अनुसूचित जनजातियों को सूची में समुदाय के शामिल करने के प्रस्तावों पर विचार करने के लिए ये प्रविधियां प्रयास है और जनजातीय कार्य मंत्रालय द्वारा ओडिशा राज्य सरकार के संबंधित अधिकारियों के साथ आयोजन बैठकों में इन सभी प्रस्तावों के प्रारंभिक जांच की गई है और 120 प्रस्तावों में संबंध में प्रासंगिक जानकारी समर्थन रिपोर्ट राज्य सरकार द्वारा उपलब्ध करने की आवश्यकता है और स्थिति से राज्य सरकार को अवगत करा दिया गया है। धन्यवाद।
Now the question hour is over. No more questions, please. Honorable Member Barsa Priyadashini Das, please.
Madam, a serious breach of privilege has been committed by the leading newspaper of Delhi. While commenting on the recommendation of the Public Accounts Committee, the paper has attributed dishonest motives and I have requested you to allow me to raise a question on the matter now.
Kumari Varsa Priyadashini Das, have you noticed of it earlier? You may give due notice along with the newspaper cutting, then I shall consider it. You cannot spring a surprise on me like this. I have already given notice of it at 10 a.m. today. It will be examined when it come to me and then I shall consider it and let you know my decision. Thank you. Now the papers to be laid. Vikas Ranjan Senapati, Minister of Steels and Mines, to lay on the table copy of notifications and report of 2023 of the Ministry of Steels and Mines.
Madam, I beg to lay on the table a copy each of the following notification. Hindi and English version. Under some section I of section 28 of the Mines and Minerals Regulation and Development Act 1956. The Mineral Concessions Third Amendment Rules 2022 published in notification number GSR 1002 in the Gazette of India dated 21st December 2022. SO 145 published in the Gazette of India dated the 4th February 2023, authorizing the Geological Survey of the India to carry out such detailed investigation for the purpose of obtaining such information as may be necessary in the area specified in the table annexed to the notification.
Minister of Urban Development.
Ma'am, I beg to say, lay on the table each of the copy following papers, Hindi and English version, under subsection 619 of the Companies Act 1956, review by the government on the working of the National Mineral Development Corporation Limited, Hyderabad for the year 2022 to 23. Annual report of the National Mineral Development Corporation Limited, Hyderabad for the year 2023, along with audited accounts and the comments of controllers and auditor general thereon. Thank you.
Secretary to report message from the upper chamber of the Mock Parliament.
Ma'am, I have to report the following message received from the Secretary of Upper Chamber of the Mock Parliament. In accordance with the provision of the rules of procedure and conduct of the business in Upper House of the Mock Parliament, I am directed to enclose a copy bill, illegal margin and determination by the Tribal Bill 2023, which has been passed by Upper Chamber as a sitting held on 13 November 2023.
Secretary to lay on the table a copy of bills as passed by the upper chamber.
Ma'am, I lay on a table of the House the illegal margin and determination by the Tribunals Bill 2023 has been
Now let us take up calling attention motion. Honorable Member Kumari Swashini Patnaik, please.
Madam, I beg to call the attention of the Minister of External Affairs to the situation arising out of the alleged death of Hardeep Singh Nijjar. Recently, the Canadian PM has directly indicted India. In the Parliament, it is a matter of shame that he has in order gained the support of the Sikhs in the upcoming election as said to be rekindling the Khalistan issue. Moreover, they have gone on the expel a top Indian diplomat for Canadian. What has been the take of government regarding this? Thank you.
Minister of External Affairs, please.
Madam Speaker, through you, I want to convey the House that we are going after Khalistanis and their sympathizers in India. The Indian security establishment has conducted multiple raids and seized properties owned by a man called Guru Patwant Singh Panoon, a Khalistani who leads a group called SFJ or Sikhs for Justice. Madam, SFJ is a banned outfit in India and Pannu himself was declared a terrorist by India in 2020. Madam Speaker, this man, Guru Patwant Singh Panoon, is the face of SFJ. He regularly features in his videos making hateful comments, threatening the Indian leadership and challenging their sovereignty. Hardeep Singh Nijjar was shot in the month of June. He too was a Khalistani and a designated terrorist. Canada has launched a diplomatic war with India over his death. The Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau, spoke about it in Parliament last week. Trudeau said that there's an Indian hand in the murder, but neither the Canadian government nor the Prime Minister has any evidence of it. There's limited information in the public domain, most of which comes from selective leaks. The Western world uses words like Sikh leader and activists for a separatist terrorist, which shows their double standards. Madam, the Canadian government is condoling the death of a separatist, Khalistani, terming him a hard-working plumber. What if he plotted terror attacks by night and in the morning he was fixing the neighbor's pipe? Newspapers like The Guardian call him an activist. BBC articles say that he moved to Canada in 1997, but forgot to mention that his asylum request was rejected by Canadian authorities. Madam, it's true that one of our top diplomats has been expelled from Canada, in response to which we have given a 5-day time duration to top Canadian diplomats to go back to their country. Madam, I think that there is more political pressure for a change. There is a growing sentiment in the world, and the global south, in a way, embodies it. But there's also political resistance. Nevertheless, I assure the House that our government is committed to eliminate any separatist tendency developing inside and outside of our country to upkeep the sovereignty, unity and integrity of the motherland. Jai Hind.
Now let us take up legislative business. Honorable Minister of Labour to introduce the bill.
तारा वाला देखिए तारा वाला देखिए तारा वाला जीवन का नमस्कार निकल बैठ
तारा वाला कथा पाखु पहुंचबेनी कि
ना होनी तारा वाला दे दिया ना तारा वाला दे दिया तारा वाला दे दिया भाई तारा वाला पाओ नहीं कल से आगे प्रयास
ओम प्रकाश को साइड कर दिए। चिन्मय हो, चिन्मय
हाँ भाई તમે એટલું પડે
Ma'am, I beg to move for leave to introduce a bill further to amend the Employees Provident Fund and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952 and the Indian Penal Code.
The question is that leave be granted to introduce the bill to further amend Employees Provident Funds and Miscellaneous Provision Act 1952 and Indian Penal. Those who are in favor will please say aye. Those who are against it will please say no. I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Leave is granted.
Ma'am, I introduce the bill.
Now the House will take up consideration of the Women Reservation Bill 2023 Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam.
Madam, through you, I wish to present some facts in the August House before presenting the 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill, Nari Shakti Bandhan Adhiniyam 2023. Madam, we can see that men and women are the two sides of the same coin. They are individual part of the society. Without a mother, we would not have been able to be where we are today. Madam, I want to remix the house that Baba Sahib, on the eve of the making of the constitution, declared that we are going to enter into a new era. It is time that we have not been able to equate the position of women with that of men. Though it has been 77 years since independence, we are lagging behind when compared to other countries. So far, the matter of the government representation in parliament concerned. Though the previous government has shown some interest to bring laws pertaining to women's development, but it is time our government come to power that country's women have witnessed their lives improve. Be it Ujjwala Yojana or other, women's issues have always been in the forefront of developmental plan for making the government. Without taking any more time, I request the members of the House to unanimously pass the bill so that our sisters, mothers can have a proper representation in the largest panchayat of the country. There are 3 clauses in the House: 239A, MCT Assembly, 33% to be reserved for women; 332A, subclause A, State Assembly; 334, 15 years effective Parliament to decide the exercise power. Thank you.
Leader of Opposition, माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, आपने मुझे बोलने का इजाजत दिया, मैं आपकी आभारी हूँ। भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस के तरफ से मैं नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम 2023 के समर्थन में खड़ी हुई हूँ। द्वेष से बड़ी हुई रसोई से लेकर रोशनी से जगमगाती हुई स्टेडियम तक भारतीय स्त्रियों का सफर बहुत लंबा है, लेकिन आखिरकार वो अपनी मंजिल को छू लिया है। भारत की स्त्री के दिल में महासागर का धीरज है। उसने खुद के साथ हुई बेईमानी को कभी भी किसी के साथ शिकायत नहीं की है और अपने फायदे के बारे में कभी भी नहीं सोचा। उसने नदियों की तरह सबकी भलाई किया और मुश्किल वक्त में हिमालय की तरह सबके साथ खड़ी रही है। हमारे देश की माँ भी स्त्री है।
लेकिन स्त्री सिर्फ जन्म नहीं देती, वो अपनी आंसुओं को खून पसीने में सींच कर हमें अपने बारे में सोचने लायक बुद्धिमान और शक्तिशाली भी बनाया है। अध्यक्ष महोदय, स्त्री की मेहनत, स्त्री का गरिमा और स्त्री के त्याग को पहचान करके ही हम लोग मनुष्यता की परीक्षा में पास हो सकते हैं। आज़ादी की लड़ाई और नए भारत के निर्माण की हर मोड़ पर स्त्री पुरुष के साथ कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर चलती है। अध्यक्ष महोदय, कांग्रेस पार्टी इस बिल का समर्थन करती है। हमें इस बिल के पास होने की खुशी है, मगर इसके साथ एक चिंता भी है। मैं एक सवाल पूछना चाहती हूँ। पिछले 13 वर्ष से भारतीय स्त्रियां अपनी राजनीतिक जिम्मेदारी का इंतजार कर रही है और अब उन्हें कुछ और साल इंतजार करने के लिए कहा जाता है। कितने साल? 2 साल, 4 साल, 6 साल? क्या भारतीय स्त्रियों के साथ यह बर्ताव उचित है? भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस की यह मान है कि यह बिल जल्द ही अमान्य लाया जाए, लेकिन इसके साथ ही कास्ट सेंसस कराकर शेड्यूल कास्ट, शेड्यूल ट्राइब और ओबीसीज के महिलाओं के आरक्षण की व्यवस्था की जाए। मैं आपके माध्यम से यह अमेंडमेंट लाने की प्रस्ताव देना चाहती हूँ। अध्यक्ष महोदय, इस बिल को लागू करने में देरी करना भारत के स्त्रियों के साथ घोर नाइंसाफी होगी। भारतीय राष्ट्रीय कांग्रेस की तरह से मैं अपने द्वारा सरकार में से मांग करती हूं कि नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम 2023 को उसके रास्तों की सारी रुकावटों को दूर करते हुए जल्द से जल्द ही लागू किया जाए। धन्यवाद।
Madam Speaker, with reference to the issues raised by the Leader of Opposition, I want to clarify that 128th Constitutional Amendment Bill is having representation for SCs and STs. The bill also takes care of the supremacy of the August House in the sense that the reservation shall continue even after 15 years of its completion, if the Parliament wishes to continue with it. Thank you.
माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं प्रधानमंत्री और कानून मंत्री से ये
Members, please wait. Members, please maintain the decorum of the house. Please maintain silence.
मिनिस्टर कंटिन्यू। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदया, मैं प्रधानमंत्री या कानून मंत्री से ये पूछना चाहूँगी कि ये डील कितने साल तक लागू रहेगा, और मैं यह भी जानने के लिए आग्रह प्रकट करूँगी कि वोमेन रिजर्वेशन का बिल का किस तरह से और कब से लागू किया जाएगा, कृपया स्पष्ट कीजिए।
मैडम, मैं ये बिल को जोरदार विरोध मैडम, मैं ये बिल को जोरदार विरोध करता हूँ, क्योंकि इसमें ओबीसी और माइनॉरिटी लोगों के लिए कोई भी स्थान संग्रहण नहीं किया गया है। इसलिए ये सरकार हर बार माइनॉरिटी लोगों को
विरोध में
मैडम, मैं इस बिल को जोरदार विरोध करता हूँ, क्योंकि इसमें ओबीसी और माइनॉरिटी लोगों के लिए कोई भी स्थान संग्रहण नहीं किया गया है। ये सरकार हर बार अल्पसंख्यकों लोगों के लिए कोई भी विरोध रहा है, तो मैं इस बिल को जोरदार विरोधी से रोका जा सकता है।
श्रीमान रितेश रश्मि आचार्य, कृपया शांत हो जाइए और कृपया अपना स्थान ग्रहण कीजिए। If anyone from the government or the Prime Minister want to clarify on the issues as raised by the opposition.
अध्यक्ष महोदय, शायद हमारी विरोधियों के कानों में कुछ दुविधा है और उन्हें अंग्रेजी में ठीक से समझ नहीं आता है। माननीय कानून मंत्री अपने वक्तव्य में यह समझा चुके हैं कि नारी शक्ति बंधन अधिनियम 2023 किस तरह से लागू होगा और इसके कानूनी प्राधान्य क्या है।
फिर भी सदन की जानकारी के लिए मैं यह बताना चाहूँगा कि यह बिल हमारे माताओं और बहनों के लिए एक पत्थर साबित होगा। हालांकि यह बिल अगले चुनाव में लागू नहीं होगा क्योंकि डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन एक क्वासी जुडिशियल बॉडी है जो सीटों का निर्धारण करती है। तो इसीलिए 2024 में जो सरकार आएगा उसके लिए जनगणना करना और डिलिमिटेशन कमीशन का प्रस्ताव रखना एक प्रमुख दायित्व होगा। तो इस हिसाब से 2029 में जो साधारण निर्वाचन होगा उसमें ही महिलाओं के लिए सीट रिजर्वेशन का फायदा मिल सकता है। मैडम स्पीकर, आप जानते होंगे अभी 16 राज्यों में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार है, तो इस विषय में आधे से ज़्यादा राज्यों से पास करना कोई कठिन काम नहीं है। जब बात आती है SC/ST महिलाओं की सीट रिजर्वेशन करने के लिए, तो SC/ST महिलाओं के साथ अनुसूचित जाति तथा जनजाति के लिए भी सीट रिजर्व रहेगा। उदाहरण के तौर पर लोकसभा में SC लोगों के लिए 84 सीट रिजर्व और ST लोगों के लिए 47 सीट रिजर्व है और उनमें से 33% सीट महिलाओं के लिए रिजर्व है। हालांकि OBC वर्ग के लिए इसमें आरक्षण का व्यवस्था नहीं किया गया है। माननीय अध्यक्ष महोदय, इस पावन अवसर पर मैं सबको अनुरोध करूंगा कि इस बिल पर अब ज्यादा से ज्यादा बहस न करके इसे जल्द से जल्द पारित किया जाए ताकि हमारी माताओं का अपना उपयुक्त स्थान इस सदन में मिल पाए।
Now the question is that the 1/28 Constitution Amendment Bill to provide 1/3 reserved seat for women in Lok Sabha and state legislative assemblies and for matters connected therewith or incident there to be taken into consideration. Those who are in favor will please say aye. Those who are against it will say no.
No.
I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is adopted. Clause by clause consideration. Now the question is that clause 2 to 10 stands part of the bill. There is one amendment in clause 5. Kumari Subhasmita Swami, are you moving it?
No, ma'am. In the view of the reply given by the minister, I am not pressing the amendment.
Now the question is that clause 2 to 10 stands part of the bill. Those who are in favor will please say aye. Aye. Those who are against it will say no.
No.
I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Motion is adopted. Clause 2 to 10 stands part of the bill. Now the question is that clause 1, the enacting formula and the title stand part of the bill. Those who are in favor of it will say aye. Aye. Those who are against it will say no.
No.
I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. Clause 1 is the stands part of the bill. Honorable Law Minister, please.
Ma'am, I move the bill to be passed.
Motion moved. The bill is passed. Those who are in favor will say aye. Aye. Those who are against it will say no.
No.
I think the ayes have it, the ayes have it, the ayes have it. The motion is passed and the bill is passed. Now the House is adjourned till tomorrow. We will meet again tomorrow at 11 a.m.
Stop.